Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the show. I am the host, T Money, and today I'm going to be doing my game recap on the Bears versus the Raiders. So this was a close game. I'm glad we pulled out with the win. So let's get straight to it. So in that first quarter, the Bears ended up getting ball first, and they ran a play action run play to Swift for 2 yards. I kind of noticed early how Max Crosby was just giving us problems, and he caused Caleb to scramble early on. Pressure, incomplete pass to Swift, and the Bears ended up going 3-0 early. Now, we did have our left tackle injured, and we had a rookie in there guarding Max Crosby, and I feel like we should have doubled him from the jump because that dude was just raising hell early on. And on the Raiders' opening drive, Geno Smith ended up throwing a pick to Kevin Byard, who ended up jumping the route. It was a good play. It was a great play by Byard. The Bears come out, run a read option handoff, which ended up losing 4 yards, so on the 3rd and 14, we ended up running the screenplay, which we need to start that petition to get this screenplay out of the playbook. I am so tired of seeing that screenplay. Ended up pushing us to 3rd and 14, which ended up getting us to the 46-yard line, and it ended up being a 46-yard field goal by Santos. The Raiders ended up coming out and then ended up going for it on a 4th and 1, ended up fumbling the ball. So early in that first quarter, the Bears had 2 takeaways. The Bears came out and ended up going 3rd and 5 and had a 7-yard reception to Zacchaeus. And the Raiders ended up bringing a blitz. Max Crosby ended up tipping the pass by Caleb and got his first career interception in the red zone. So Max Crosby, like I said, was just raising hell in that first quarter. We should have double-teamed him early on. And then off that turnover, Geno Smith ran for 15 yards. They ended up scoring off the turnover. So the Raiders had 4 rushes, 3 passes for 66 yards, and ended up going 7-3 at the end of the first quarter. The Bears had the ball, ended up going for it on 4th and 1 and getting the first down. A play-action fake to Cole Kmet for a first down. And then once again, Max Crosby ended up getting a sack on Caleb Williams for a -6 yards. And Caleb got sacked again on back-to-back plays. The Bears ended up punting the ball after Caleb got sacked. Geno Smith threw another pick to Byard once again. So in 2 quarters, Geno Smith had 2 interceptions. Then the Bears come out and on the 3rd and 7 had a completion pass to Zacchaeus. Ended up getting us the first down. Then the Raiders ended up bringing another blitz, which ended up pushing us back to a 3rd and 19. And the Bears went 3 and out on our possession after the turnover. So we had a lot of key turnovers, and we just wasn't able to score on these turnovers. Offense got to do a better job at protecting the quarterback. You know, having a defensive player like Max Crosby, we need to game plan better against him, so he won't just raise hell like he did, which ended up getting another 46-yard field goal for Santos. Then the Raiders came out. Ashton Jeanty, the rookie, had a 64-yard rushing touchdown. Ended up putting the Raiders up 14-6. And the Bears offense ended up coming out, getting a 3rd and 2 completion to Rome Odunze for a 15-yard completion on a flat route. But unfortunately, we got pushed to 3rd and 19. Incomplete pass to Rome Odunze ended up having us at 3rd and 19, and we had to kick another field goal, which ended up putting us 9-14 in the end of the second quarter. The Bears was down 9-14. At the half, Caleb Williams went 12 for 22, 98 yards, 1 interception. Geno Smith was 6 for 11, 47 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. So coming out in that third quarter, the Raiders, Geno Smith threw his 3rd interception of the game. And with all these interceptions, I'm just thinking like, man, we supposed to have been up at least 2 or 3 touchdowns. Ended up being Stevenson with the interception. And then the Bears came out with a fake flea flicker and ended up getting what we thought was a first down by Swift, but he ended up getting a illegal hands to the face on a face mask flag and pushed us to 2nd and 22. So on the 2nd and 22, we ended up throwing a complete pass to DJ Moore, pushed us to the 3rd and 5. And then we ended up getting another complete pass to Rome Odunze. On the 3rd and 12, Rome Odunze ended up getting a touchdown on an in route. The Bears came out, scored on a opening drive in the 3rd quarter. And it was only 2 rushing plays, 5 pass plays for 40 yards. Then the Bears ended up going up 16-14. Now, Geno Smith really struggled with his pass game, so I kind of noticed how they switched from just passing the ball to just rushing the ball because Ashton Genty in that second half just went off. The Raiders came out on their opening drive in the third quarter, ended up running 6 rush plays, 2 pass plays for 71 yards, got them to the second and goal. Ashton Genty ended up getting a touchdown, which ended up being a second touchdown for Genty during this game, and the Raiders ended up going up 16-21. Then the Bears come out, getting out on a 3rd and 3. It was pressure being put on Caleb, so he was forced to scramble, which got us to the 4th and 1, which we was going to go for. And Cole Kmet committed the false start, which we had to punt after that. Then after the punt, the Raiders ended up coming out going 3 and out on 3rd and 8, and that ended up being the end of the third quarter, with the score ending 16-21. So the Bears came out in that fourth quarter on the 3rd and 1. Swift ended up getting a first down, 13 yards. On the 3rd and 5, the Bears ended up fumbling the ball, nearly turned the ball over, and we ended up losing 20 yards on a bad snap. 51-yard field goal for Santos, and the score was 19-21. So the Raiders came out after we kicked the field goal and the 38-yard rushing first down for Mostert. I don't know how to pronounce his name. Mostert. I think that's his name. And then on 3rd and 2nd, once again, another run play. Ashton Genty ended up getting the first down on the 3rd and 2. So Ashton Genty ended up getting them to the 1st and goal line with that rush. The rookie Thornton ended up dropping the pass on a 3rd and goal, and a bad drop by Thornton. So the Raiders ended up kicking the ball, 29-yard field goal, and the score was 19-24. And then the Bears came out of play action. The Swift ended up gaining 7 yards. Then we ended up losing 5 yards on another false start by Cole Kmet. After the penalty, Caleb Williams ended up rushing for 13 yards. So the Bears in that clutch fourth quarter had 3 rushing plays, 5 passing plays with 56 yards. So then Swift ended up running it in for a 2-yard touchdown, and we went for the 2-point attempt, which ended up being no good to Odunze. He kind of fumbled the pass. Pass was a little bit high. The Raiders had the ball, and the score was 25-24. We was up, and I'm just thinking, man, if they kick this field goal, that's pretty much game. So the Raiders ended up getting to the 54-yard line and went for the 54-yard field goal attempt, and Blackwell ended up coming out and blocking the punt, saving the game, and the Bears ended up winning 25-24 thanks to the block punt by Blackwell. The Bears ended up winning the game 25-24, and they go 2-2. So at the end of the game, Caleb Williams threw 22 for 37, 212 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Geno Smith went 14 for 21, 117 yards, 2 touchdowns. The dude threw 3 interceptions. Crazy, man. We supposed to have way more points than that off them turnovers. Thank y'all for watching. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. See y'all next time.